Back to Tony and Casey's Best of Food and Wine on CL 650.
Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? Why you gotta be so rude?
Welcome back to the Best of Food and Wine. I'm Tony Gismondi.
I'm Casey Wilson.
Wow, we're just going from the Okanagan straight to Tuscany. That's very quick. It usually takes about 26 hours to get back there. We're doing it in about 26 seconds. Happy to have with us on the show a returner to Vancouver, Beppe D'Andrea. How are you?
Ciao.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
We love to see you, Beppe, from Ruffino. And you brought along the chief winemaker who has never been in Vancouver before.
Yeah, first time for me.
Gabriele Tacconi.
Ciao, Tony. Ciao, Casey.
Ciao. Nice to have you here. Are you enjoying Vancouver?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah,
this
a lot.
location, a lot.
Yeah?
Really nice.
You like the mountains and the water? And
yeah, absolutely. We were in Whistler 2 days ago, so
wow.
can you imagine how
good.
nice was Whistler for us?
Skiing or just
No, skiing, working.
eating and drinking?
Business.
Drinking and eating. That's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
different work.
It's
but-
kind of like Alberto Tombo
Yeah.
without the skis.
Yes.
All
yes.
Italians are Alberto Tomba
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Schumacher.
Yeah, and they drive Ferraris.
Of course.
Yeah.
all
Of course.
Italians.
And I'm from Modena, so
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
Ferrari.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you know balsamic.
I have my balsamic. I
Yeah.
do my balsamic.
Well, welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
You brought 3 wines, so I think we're going to start with the sparkling wine,
Yes, it's
which is kind of new for Ruffino.
yeah,
no?
actually it's new in this market, but we are producing Prosecco for a long time.
Yeah.
It was especially for domestic market in Italy.
Yep.
But then we could source more juice, and then we could export also in other countries.
So is it hard or easy to make Prosecco?
It's kind of hard to make Prosecco, despite the fact that it's a sparkling wine and it seems that it's an easy wine, drinkable. It's very, very tough because you don't make once a year. You, as a winemaker, I mean, you have to make every time that you need a Prosecco. So every
Yeah.
time that
Every time this guy sells it, you got to
yes,
make it.
yes, correct. So it's very tough. A lot of
Every day, every
fermentation.
drink.
And takes a while, and it's expensive to make.
It is expensive in terms of energy, in terms of effort, and in terms of like how margin you have to fail in something. If you fail in making a sparkling wine, you literally throw in the garbage everything. So you have really to pay attention to what you do, and it's kind of really challenging.
Yes, lots
Beppe,
of pressure on you.
A lot, and you never sleep well when you're making sparkling wine.
Yeah.
Never.
Owners love it when winemakers don't sleep well.
Yes.
That-
yes.
that's part of the deal.
I know winemakers love to sleep a little
Yeah.
bit.
Beppe, what's going on with Prosecco? Why the whole world is in love with it?
Yes, actually Prosecco, you know, is a simple Italian wine, but it's a great success everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
This is what we love because it's easy to drink. It's a great flavor, good fruit, you know, and it's not so expensive.
No, and good
so
with
expensive.
food.
Yes, absolutely. Then in Italy we love also to maybe to blend Prosecco with some cocktail, you know. It's a great
Yes,
wine.
my favorite, absolute favorite cocktail now, which I'm serving to everybody in that beautiful coral color. And I can't think of the name of it.
Is that the spritz?
Spritz? Are you talking
Yes,
about spritz?
The
spritz.
spritz.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, if you are traveling in Italy, maybe around 6:30, 7:30, everyone are drinking spritz.
Yes, Aperol.
Aperol spritz.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my new favorite drink. And I was
Yes.
down in the U.S.
I don't
a
even
few
know what you
weeks
guys are
ago.
talking about.
We are Italiani 100%.
Yeah.
It's a bitter orange, sweet orange.
Yes, exactly. Yes. But
Like
sometimes
Campari.
exactly. Or maybe sometime we love to blend the prosecco with little drops of red wine, easy to drink, and some drops of orange juice.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds
It's
good.
a sort of Italian sangria, you know.
Yes,
It's an amusement.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, Ruffino Prosecco available across the country in
Yes,
BC.
it's
What
available.
do we pay for a bottle of that?
$15.
That's a lot of fun for $15.
Yes, 15.
And what would you eat with it? If you had to pick one thing, what would be something
We
fun?
could pick maybe some cheese, some salami,
Yeah.
but also if you like piatto di pasta. Pasta maybe without tomato sauce. Maybe
Really?
yes,
Yeah.
maybe pasta or maybe
Like a spicy-
Spicy, yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's a
Delicious.
Good. Yes.
Okay. All right. Next up,
Next stop is Ruffino.
Ruffino.
Is La Storia, La Vita Ruffino.
Yeah.
Next wine is Riserva Ducale Oro. Actually, it's a wine that was made for the first time in honor of the Duca di Aosta. And in the 1947, Ruffino started to produce this incredible wine, and still we make this wine only in the best vintages.
So 47, you're coming up on a big anniversary soon.
Yes,
In 19,
exactly.
are you going to do
Next
something
year.
crazy in
Yes,
2017?
we are thinking something for the next year, and
Yeah.
you will be there for sure.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
So I love the wine you brought along. It's a 2010, so one, we've got a great vintage.
Yeah, yeah.
And two, we have the start of the Gran Selezione on the label. Is
Yeah.
that not right? Is it the first time
Yes.
we've seen it?
Yeah, it's the first time.
Can you explain to our listeners who bought Chianti Classico and Reserva what Gran Selezione is all about?
Yeah, Gran Selezione is an elevation of the quality. In the last 5 years, 10 years, we did a lot in the vineyards, we did a lot in a cellar, and it was the time that with the consortium, it was the time to create something more, to
Yeah.
elevate what it was a kind of confusing before, the reserve. So Chianti Classico Reserve, in this big category before, there was a lot of wine. We had a lot of different
that wasn't
wine.
reserved.
Yeah. And we decided that only the top, so different rules, only the land that you own. You cannot even buy 1 kilo
Right.
of grape from your neighbor,
Outside,
even
yeah.
if it's like amazing grape, you cannot. So it's a link, the territory, the people, and the wine to
Has to be
elevate
estate.
this. Yes,
Yeah.
estate. And to elevate this, so tighter rules and a different appellation and more, there's a different commission that approve the wine for the stamp. And
Okay.
I'm a member of one of the commissions. It comes only the Gran Selezione. So it's really an elevation, a lot of work.
But Beppe, Reserva Ducale Oro was always a Gran Selezione, was it not? or-
Actually, it was
in some
incredible
ways, yeah.
because when the association, the consortio, they needed 4 years to create this new appellation. They found the agreement. So 4 years means 4 years of probably fighting. Firenze,
Yes.
Siena, Guelfi, Ghibellini fighting. But when they found the agreement, they said single estate and 3 years aged in barrels. Actually, we were already making this style of wine. For this, our Riserva Ducale Oro from Riserva moved 100% in Gran Selezione.
Yep.
So it was a great surprise for us.
Huh. Well, the wine's delicious.
Yeah,
Thank
And
you.
I don't think this wine will be ready for, I'm waiting, maybe another decade or...
I can tell you just this. 1 month ago, I was in Roma,
Yeah.
and I had a vertical tasting in a restaurant,
Yeah.
and we had 74,
Oh,
77, 83, 85, and the wine were still in a great condition. And
Yeah.
maybe Gabriele is doing something very interesting
Yeah.
about all the vintages.
I'm recorking all the old inventory in
Oh,
Ruffino
wow.
now. 1 full year, 2 people, recorking 28,500
Oh my
bottles
God, I love to
from
hear that.
1947 to
Yeah.
1990.
Yeah.
Wow.
So are you topping up the bottles too with,
We top-
with an older
yes.
bottle or,
With the
or a
same-
younger bottle?
No, the same vintage.
Same
we use the
vintage.
same vintage.
Yeah.
We top because with I was losing,
Yeah.
the cork was losing the liquid.
Yeah.
So I'm recorking and tasting every single bottle because
Yeah.
there's a lot of bottles that are corky or
Sure.
bad. So I'm
Yeah.
discarding almost 40% of the old bottles.
Okay, I got a tip for
Wow.
you. Now that you know how to do all that and you got it done,
Yeah.
you go with Beppe.
Yeah.
and you go to major markets around the world,
Yeah.
and you recork my wine
Oh.
in my cellar.
Yes.
Okay.
I will bring my wine for the
Okay.
day
Yeah.
I meet
Good.
you.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll taste the new wine, and you'll recork my old wine.
Okay.
Eh,
can
could
do
that
it.
be nice?
We love
Yeah.
it. We love it.
And you meet-
While we are cooking a great T-bone steak.
Yeah,
but you're meeting all your customers who have old Ruffino wines,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
you're saying, hey, the wine is finished or it's good.
Exactly. We
Yeah.
can do it.
I
Yeah,
like it.
good idea.
Yeah, great idea. Thank you very much. No, it's not mine. The wine's delicious.
Thank you.
Such a good vintage. And
Yep.
nice to have Gran Selezione, but for me it's going to always be Reserva Ducale Oro anyway. So,
Sure.
but that's a separate project because it always was such a lovely wine.
Yep.
IGT is different.
IGT is different because
Yeah.
with the Chianti Classico, with the DOC and DOCG, we have a very strict rule to respect, and we have to source the grape in a very specific vineyard. With IGT Toscana, we are more flexibility,
Yeah.
so we can source the grape where we like, maybe in the best vineyards, and probably IGT represent more the expression of winemaker. So it's the winemaker that decide where is the best for this kind of wine. And the wine is now Modus 2012.
Modus. Give us, what does modus mean?
Modus is the mode which we intend,
Yeah.
the connection of the tradition and the modernity,
Yeah.
of the connection of the sun and the soil, the fruits and the wine relations. This is what I mean. Table.
Okay, let's taste it. I don't know, did I get it here? Is this my modus? I think so.
Yes,
Maybe.
this one.
Thanks. So the 2012 vintage, different than 10, obviously, I think, or
Yep.
how
It was warmer.
it was warmer.
Yeah, it was warmer.
What's going on in Tuscany? It's always warm, it's always dry.
Of course.
Yeah, but
In
no.
Toscana, in Italia, it's always warm.
No, no.
Good light,
The light is
good
good.
food.
Yeah, maybe, but when the 2014 will come, there was a cold vintage.
Yeah.
So you will discover. And then 2015 will come. That is an amazing. In the last 25 years, I've never seen something like 2015.
Wow, we better write that down.
Really?
So, really, yeah.
Wow.
Amazing vintage. Amazing. For the classical, all the classical wine, all the wineries, not only obviously Rufino, all the wineries in classical are amazing.
Wow,
But
this is pretty good,
2012
though.
was warm,
Yeah.
but not as warm as the 2011. That was
Yeah.
really hot, like 15 days with 40 Celsius in a
Yeah.
vineyard. That is a lot. I mean, it's a lot for Tuscany, not a lot for
Yes.
California, maybe, but whatever. 2012 was more balanced, so the Cabernet was better. So
Yeah, I mean, a
pretty
slightly
happy.
warmer year for Cabernet Sauvignon is a good thing.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I don't know about Sangiovese, but you can
It's
always
good.
pick it earlier anyways,
good.
right?
It's
But
not-
Sangiovese, you need
Yeah.
time, right?
You need time.
Still-
We picked the Sangiovese the 22nd, more or less, of September until the middle of October, like the
Yeah.
10th of October. It's when it's too hot, it's bad for the Merlot. That is
Yeah.
the first one. It's getting all the like heat waves, a lot of like get raising. So
Merlot is like human beings. It doesn't like,
yeah, doesn't like too
when
much.
it gets old, it doesn't
Yeah.
like heat.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
And
Sangiovese need.
Sangiovese is like Italiano.
Yeah.
Because Sangiovese give us the greatest wine only in Toscana.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
Italiano loves mamma, you know, and the
Yes.
mamma is in Tuscany. When somebody tried to produce a Sangiovese in other country of the world,
Yeah,
maybe the
impossible.
result was different.
Yeah.
And Sangiovese said, "What is my mom?" It's in
Yeah.
Tuscany, you know. And I love everyone
love
loves
that.
mom, of course, but
Yeah.
Sangiovese give us the best
They
only
really
in
love it.
Tuscany.
Okay, so the Reserva di Calle Oro, which is all Sangiovese,
Is actually the blend.
or
It's a
is
blend.
a bit
a
of
blend.
what else is in it?
It's 85 Sangiovese,
Yeah.
5% Colorino, so it's
Yeah.
90 typical varietals.
Yeah.
Then I have a 6-7% of Merlot
Yeah.
and a 3% of Cabernet, just because I have
Sure.
in a vineyard. But
So-
it was always a blend for Rufino.
Yeah.
Traditionally.
But mostly Italian. I mean, Colorino and Sangiovese. But anyway, that versus the blend for the Modus,
Oh, yeah. Way
which
different.
is got what, 25%.
25%
Cab.
Cab, 25 Merlot, and
Yeah.
50 Sangiovese, so
Okay.
it's different.
So Beppe, you got two wines, two different styles.
Absolutely.
What food are you going to have with the Modus, and what food are you going to have with the Oro?
So in case of the Riserva Ducale Oro, we can get the very traditional Tuscan recipes. One of these is ribollita. Ribollita is a sort of reheat.
I
So
love
the
it.
ladies years ago, they
Yeah.
cooked the ribollito, vegetable soup, once a week, and they reheat every next day.
Yeah.
Because they had to work in the fields. So
The
ribollita is great
Perfect
for
with that.
Riserva Ducale Oro.
Yeah.
But also if you have a T-bone steak, maybe
Yeah.
you can get
Tuscan
Yeah.
style.
Tuscan style. Modus is more.
Like if you're a stockbroker, you may have the steak, and if you're a wine writer, you'll have the ribollito. huh?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And Modus, the Modus is more modern style, fruity wine.
Yeah.
So in Toscana, as you know, we have many wild boar. And,
Yeah.
and
That's a good idea.
the wild boar love to eat our grape, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry for them.
And you love to eat the
They
wild
love to eat
boar.
wild boar.
Well, while you're corking Tony's wine, I want
Yeah.
you to make me pizza
Oh,
homemade.
okay.
Yeah, that would
Good.
be good too. Well, guys, great to catch up with you.
Grazie.
Three wines in
Grazie.
12 minutes. You nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you enjoying Vancouver and the show?
Yeah, thank
Yes.
you.
Good.
Grazie,
Thank you so
Vancouver.
much.
Yeah.
Grazie.
Thanks so much. We'll come and see you in Italy.
Please,
It's the
Please,
only
please come.
way.
We have
Please
some great old vintages to share.
Okay.
Good.
We're
We'll be
in.
there.
Thanks so much.
Ciao, grazie. Ciao.
Beppe
Ciao.
Andre joins us along with the winemaker Gabriele Tacconi from Rufino. They're all over the festival. Just drop by the booth. Terrific wines. Thanks so much, gentlemen. Art, we are out of here. We're late for break. Thanks for listening to the Best of Food and Wine. We'll be right back. I'm Tony Gismondi.
I'm Casey Wilson.
This is the Best of Food and Wine show, broadcasting live from the Vancouver International Wine Festival, where you can enter to win a deluxe 2-night stay at Painted Boat Resort Spa and Marina on the Sunshine Coast. Visit paintedboat.com.